tents lining the county courthouse lawn here in the small town of San Luis Obispo, part of a national movement that has faced recent setbacks. An early morning fire ripped through the Cabo San Luis restaurant. As you can see behind me, the fire destroyed the roof, scorched that tree, and caused more than $1 million in total damage. I'm here at the Cal Poly Rodeo, where it's been an amazing day with some amazing animals. Hello. Megan Gross and Jeffrey Barrett pled no contest to assault and robbery. The Indian man invited some unusual friends into his home. Police and animal. This was taken yesterday, as you can see outside. Lexi Scott is a second-year student who works at Curbside Grill. She uses her paychecks to pay for most of her daily expenses. Parents pay for her tuition, but a proposed increase in college fees has her worried.
That could potentially lead me into getting student loans if it gets too heavy on them. Well, I definitely will graduate college with debt, which is a lot of stress.
The Chancellor of the California State University System Board of Trustees has proposed a 5% tuition increase for the rest of the current school year, and up to 10% by next fall. Students are not happy about the proposal.
I don't know what to say. I don't think anyone really wants to pay extra money.
I think it sucks considering we just increased it, so.
But state budget cuts have left the CSUs with few options.
The additional fee increase that the board's considering next week would provide about $2.3 million to Cal Poly. And so if that isn't approved, we would have to find a way to reduce the budget by that amount.
The CSU system has raised tuition 4 times since 2007.
It's a little frustrating. That's all I hear lately is just how student fees are going up. It's my toll right now.
The increase would raise $175 million per year if approved. The CSU will make its decision on November 10th. Robert Griffith, CPTV.
Well, the race car is 90% there, and that's honestly kind of the biggest problem with this, is because it's so close to being done that the hardest part is really just keeping people from doing stuff to it. Yeah, the Buick itself was formerly a circle track race car down at the Santa Maria Speedway back in the late 90s or so. A buddy of mine who does some off-road racing with us, he had the car laying in his backyard, and I expressed my desire at one point to put together a race team. And he's like, well, hell, I've got a race car sitting in my backyard just rusting and collecting hornets' nests. The biggest challenge for this race team is going to be just getting together the people we need, the stuff we need, access to facilities, the things we need, like money, for instance, to go race for a weekend. That's really the biggest challenge at this point. We estimate this car will burn about 150 gallons of mid-grade gasoline in a given weekend. So our gas bill is astronomical.
Well, Christian brought it up last year at an ITS meeting, trying to set it up, and it all kind of sort of fell apart. Like, he couldn't get the support from ASI, and kind of fell through the cracks. And then he brought it up this year and said he got the support from the Industrial Technology department and had a car, and all the things were all kind of meshing together. And I was like, you know, count me in. Right now, it's not, more or less, it's a lot of industrial technology students who are getting involved. I just happen to be one of those students, but ITS does want to get more involvement with them, possibly help fund the project if the need be. You know, I mean, it is the Industrial Technology Racing Division, so ITS definitely would like to get some face time with the racing division as well.
Well, we need at least 4 to 6 drivers for the race. We thought about racing in August. It's going to be a bit of a stretch to make that. But altogether, the team, it'd be nice to have about a dozen people, dozen good, committed people involved at any given time. People come and go. Over the summer, it's real hard to get people that are committed and involved. But during the school year, we hope to have a fairly solid crew. A dozen would be nice, but I have contingency plans for skeleton crews as well.
Well, our club heard about it through, actually one of our members brought it to my attention. And then we met with Christian a few days ago and started talking a little bit about his car and his vision. Well, it's definitely an interesting project, especially since most of our members have built cars and race and things like that. We're currently in discussions with Christian and the Industrial Technology Racing Division about a potential partnership between our two organizations, but it's just, the discussions have just started since we've just become aware of it.
Actually, the 24 Hours of Lemons is the race series. There's a couple of races. The Lemons races themselves are all over the country. If you wanted to go race in North Carolina and we had the money to do so, we could. In California, there are 3 or 4 main races that occur every year. It would be nice to be competitive in those and have the funding to participate in all of them. At this point, we're shooting for a solid race in December or October, depending on our funding situation. That's kind of where we'd like to go with this, is to be able to race 2 or 3 races a year during the academic year, and maybe one in the summer, giving, depending on commitment and availability of money. If you're interested at all, we'd love to have you. We don't just need, gearheads and stunt drivers to come out. That's really just a very small fraction of the team. We need people that can, cook. Having a good cook with you when you go out to a race is a big deal. And this car does need to have a theme. The 24 Hours of Lemon does really enjoy the themes they come up with for their cars. For instance, there was a Lincoln Continental that was covered in birch bark entirely, and most of the team members dressed up in beaver suits. So pretty entertaining stuff. For instance, if you're an art major and you think that painting a '79 Buick LeSabre would be a cool senior project, let me know. We can make it an art car. It's really, anybody can get involved. If you've got even something you think
I'm here at the Cal Poly Rodeo, where it's been an amazing day with some amazing animals. Hello. Let me show you a little bit of what's been happening.
High top the roll. Well, high top it is.
Brooke Hershey and Quincy Freeman took 223.5 points each, propelling the Lady Mustangs to victory. In the men's side, victory went to Feather River College with almost 800 combined points. There was a long line to get into the arena. 2,500 spectators came to see the event. Bull wrestling, bareback riding, and breakaway roping were just a few of the many events. Ashley Ogden told me how she won second place in the goat tying event.
Well, it's a combination of your horse's ability and your own ability on the ground with the goat tying. You run down on your horse and then get off and tie it yourself. So.
160 athletes from 14 colleges participated in this year's rodeo. The Cal Poly men's team placed 4th after Feather River, UNLV, and West Hills College. The next rodeo in the West Coast Division is going to be at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Back to you in the studio.